is putting them off more from Trump than, say, the 10% that voted for him in 2016 or whatever.
Yeah, actually, that is one of the that his 2016 performance among minorities, both African Americans and Hispanics in the country, was something that Democrats had not anticipated. They had modeled or figured that, factored into their models of the election, that African American turnout would be similar to what was seen in 2008 and 2012. It wasn't. It was a couple percentage points lower across the country. And the percentage of African Americans who voted for Trump was higher than those who had voted for Romney in 2012. And I think those factors allowed Trump to win a number of states with significant African American population in the upper Midwest that he likely would have lost had African Americans turned out at the same rate that they did in previous elections. So Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania would likely have been losses for Trump had African American turnout been that high. The Democratic Party has to get high turnout among African Americans in order to win. And I think they understand that. This sounds kind of cold and calculating, but this is politics. They tried in 2000, they did, I think, successfully in 2012, increase African American turnout by what was the Ferguson, Missouri controversy to honestly make, if you don't want your voters to be complacent, you need a way you can motivate people to get to the polls. And I think that the Ferguson, Missouri episode, and then what we're seeing in this summer, are ways that Democrats have said, you know what, we have to make sure that African Americans vote, get out and vote, and more importantly, we have to, when they do vote, not to vote for Donald Trump. Right. And I think this is a way of trying to tie Trump to these the conflicts in Oregon and in Minnesota and other places has been, I think, a strategic decision that they made to try to tie Trump to that and to try to increase African American turnout. Now, in a state like New Hampshire, that's not really a significant thing because there's so few African Americans or minorities in general. Right. However, that said, it's also been very effective in motivating younger people who don't quite understand how they may be being manipulated a little bit by these things to get out and vote. So we're seeing that younger people in New Hampshire are strong supporters of Joe Biden, stronger even than our 65 and olders. It's people in the middle that seem to be Trump supporters. So getting young people energized is something they've tried to do. It's difficult, as you know from class. Younger people generally don't turn out as much, so it's kind of a risky strategy, but it's something that they've been able to do. And I think if those young people do come out and vote, that's going to be another factor that will help Joe Biden over Trump.